Welcome everybody to the Prolonged Engagement Show. My name is Kyle.
And I'm Sarah.
This is episode 32.
Yay.
As always, you can find everything that we do on theprolongedengagement.com. There you can find links to our YouTube page, youtube.com/theprolongedengagement show. You can also find us on Facebook, on Twitter, and you can download the audio version of our podcast on iTunes. Like I said, all the links are there on the website. Go for it. Anyway, so today, what did I want to talk about?
You wanted to talk about your video game, Batman.
All right. If you haven't watched the first look video that we did of Batman Arkham Knight, you are missing out because that is some crazy stuff going on.
But if you haven't played the first two games, do not watch it.
Right, but if you right, because there's a huge spoiler at the beginning of that game.
You didn't do the spoiler alert thing.
What? I didn't know.
I know you didn't know. But
I had no idea. I was playing it and then just being like, I guess I could have been like, but
and there's going to be spoiler alerts in this too.
No, I'll flag them out there. I'm not going to say anything about storyline.
Oh, you're not?
No, unless it's like big part of the storyline.
Unless you're just gonna do gameplay.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm fucked.
You poor baby.
I don't pay attention to gameplay. You know that. I pay attention to the storyline. That's what I enjoy.
Okay, but there's a different thing of there's gameplay that you did pay attention to. You're just not understanding that that's what I'm going to be talking about.
Okay.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay.
Okay. So if you watch the
first
like the
look.
only thing that I didn't get to go into during the first look was the tank battle system,
which was not fun.
I enjoyed it. I actually thought that was a pretty cool mechanic there.
I mean,
wow.
Because I watched you playing it.
Okay,
I'm not exactly the best person to talk with this about because I did not play it.
When you're in the Batmobile, you hold down L2, and the Batmobile turns into a tank, and then you have a gun on the top where you can shoot down these tanks. Now, these tanks are drones, so they're not manned or anything. So you're not killing anybody because, you know. I also found it funny that when you're driving through, because you have a main cannon. You have a main cannon on the in tank mode, and then you have like this Gatling gun type thing where it just does rapid fire.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are pointing at a person, so if your reticle is actually pointing at a person, the reticle changes and the rounds turn into non-lethal rounds, and you can actually hear a difference.
Yeah.
So.
That
was pretty funny.
I'm sorry.
And also
you're driving, but I need to say something.
When you're driving the Batmobile, you're driving around at like 100 miles an hour, and if you run somebody over, you hear this.
You kill them.
You hear this, and it shocks them and moves them out of the way. So you're not killing them either.
That scientifically, that's not possible.
It's Batman. None of it's possible. The Batmobile itself is not possible.
No, it is, because there is technology now in Japan that you're actually able to turn a smaller car into a larger car.
Okay,
while you're driving it.
But a Batmobile into a tank?
Please don't. I'm sorry.
She's fine.
I'm sorry, guys, if the camera's moving. I can't tell. I'm worried she's going to knock it over.
No, she knocks it over.
And then I laugh.
But
because, honestly, scientifically, what you're saying is that there's the only amount of voltage that would not cause damage is that equal to an static shock. So you're telling me that giant vehicle is sending out a static shock like effect that is pushing people out of the way without killing them.
It also has unlimited ammo.
Well, that makes sense because it's only a one-person car. So you can probably put enough ammo in there somewhere.
Mm-hmm. To take on literally hundreds of tanks.
Somewhere. I don't know.
Somewhere.
No, but my whole problem with it is that it continuously says something about how Batman doesn't kill people.
Don't sit there and say, oh, well, you know, this can't make sense in a video game, and don't look at
it doesn't make sense.
Don't do that.
No, I'm saying in the Batman universe, period, it doesn't make sense.
How?
Because he says, oh, I don't kill people.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry, but your car, if it runs someone over, kills them.
No, it doesn't. You run them over, it shocks them, and they get pushed out of the way.
No,
That's what happened.
I watched somebody get shocked and roll over the vehicle.
Yeah.
That 90% of the time will kill somebody at the force of speed you're going at. It's going to kill the person.
It shocks them and moves them away from the car.
That's not
so
possible.
It shocked them.
I love you,
They
but
went
that's
up in the air and they flew over the top of the Batmobile.
Yeah.
They didn't get hit at all.
Yes, but when
no broken bones. They're perfectly fine.
No, when they landed
because
after...
they hop right back up and they go, I'm going to kill you, Batman.
No, after it landed, though.
No car crash kills them. None of the car crashes.
My favorite thing is listening to one of the audios from one of the bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
You hear the guy go, I had two broken bones in my rib, or two of my ribs broken and my arm broken from the bat.
Mm-hmm. You can break bones without dying.
Yeah, but it sucks. That could be worse than actually dying sometimes.
That's the point.
Based upon the bones.
That's the point.
That you're breaking.
I think that's the point.
But how is that the point? If you're trying to be this force of good, you shouldn't be breaking bones or anything.
You're breaking bones of bad guys, so therefore you're a force of good.
No, because all you're doing is
Does
causing
Captain
more
America
harm.
break bones?
He kills people.
I'm sure he breaks bones too.
Yeah, but at least he'll kill the person.
Iron Man kills people. He
Yes,
breaks
he does.
bones.
Yes,
so
he
what's
does.
the problem?
My problem is that Batman's like, I'm so much better than everybody else.
Yes, he is.
That's my problem with him, is that he's holier than thou to every other hero because, oh, I don't kill my bad guys. Tell me I'm wrong that he's holier
in
than
the
thou.
Justice League things that I've seen, he's not like, oh, I'm better than Superman.
No, he is when you look at the new one. Superman versus Batman?
Batman v Superman?
Yeah. He's like, I'm better than you because I haven't killed millions of people from in that city that you basically destroyed while fighting somebody that didn't fucking matter. I can't do a Batman voice.
Yeah, well, we haven't even, that movie's not out yet, so.
No, but that's what the premise
can't
is.
Speculate on it.
That is, no, we already know.
The speculation is that the only reason that Batman wants to go up against Superman is because in that big fight with Zod, you know, he destroyed that entire city, and then like there was a Wayne, but there was like a Wayne Tower there in that city.
Yes, you can see it obviously in the movie.
And I don't know, I didn't pay attention to Man of Steel that much. It was a suck ass movie.
There was a huge building and it said
so bad.
Wayne.
But, you know. In Arkham Knight, there is a building that says
Stark.
No, it's Lex Luthor's company.
Oh, yeah.
And there was actually a thing. There was one of those, you know, NPCs. They sit there and they go, "Doesn't Lex Luthor have a building around here somewhere?" Or something like that.
Yeah. There are references to all the other characters in there. There's also Easter eggs based upon the time of year when you play the Batman games.
Mm-hmm.
I found that out for you.
Well, I still liked the tank mechanic. I thought it was a fun little mechanic, except when you were going up against those fucking Cobra Drones. So, the Cobra Drones, they are these like, so they're the same tanks, but they are like supercharged. They have like really high armor rates, and their weapon systems are incredible. In they literally, if you get shot 3 times by a Cobra drone, you're done. And and that's 3 times with your armor all the way up. So
you're kind of screwed.
But it's down in 2 if you don't have your armor all the way up. But so you have to like sneak up behind these Cobra drones and then lock on to these like exhaust ports and then shoot your 60mm cannon. So
also known as being a badass ninja.
So yeah, being a badass ninja, exactly.
Which
so
isn't that
the
isn't that
Cobra,
the major premise of
the
Batman?
Cobra fights that I went up against were freaking insane. There's lots of death in those Cobra fights, but then again, there's lots of death everywhere in most of the games that I play. So I'm not going to sit there and
Bitch
say that I am completely awesome, and but because I die a lot.
I really wish that we actually had done a playthrough of it, so that people know that we aren't awesome at video games.
Okay. Well, of the ones that we've done, it's been Smash and Kart and
it's everything you're good at.
But I haven't but I'm not playing Smash against Ryan.
No, you're not.
And
you played it against me and Benny and.
No, we didn't play Smash.
Oh no, you played Kart against Benny, and Marion, who's now 9.
Yeah. So I mean, they only know that I'm good at Kart and Smash.
Yes. And
because
FIFA.
it's all relative.
And FIFA.
But if I was playing against Jack Wellsby, see, that would be
Jack or Ben, you'd be uber screwed.
Oh no! If I was fighting, Ben doesn't play FIFA all that much.
Oh, that's right.
But Jack, he
does. He plays often.
Yeah, I'd be hard pressed to say that I could beat Jack.
No, you couldn't.
But
I'm sorry, that kid plays it so often.
I'm getting excited for FIFA 16.
I know.
It's gonna be so good. But other than the tank battles, which I thought were pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
The fighting mechanic in there was just about the same as the other
I thought it was better
as Asylum and City.
It felt cleaner to me.
Yeah, I did think it was. There were those times where you were just button mashing and then Batman's literally leaping across the whole room to punch somebody in the face. Those are still
someone
kind of
random.
Those are still kind of funny.
At least for me, it was entertaining because all of a sudden I'd see the character jump over somebody, do like a roll up in the air and come down on somebody else.
Yeah.
Across the room. And I'm like, that's really impressive.
Yeah.
Congrats.
I did like the so they still have the brutes that you have to beat down.
Yeah. They didn't change the mechanic all that much, I noticed.
So yeah, the fighting mechanic wasn't changed other than they now have people that can rush you and you have to dodge them. You have to dodge. You can't counter their they rush you and they knock you over onto the ground. It doesn't do too much damage, but it does enough. And
you don't want
and
that
the problem
to
is that
happen
Batman has to get back up at that point.
Which already still sucks.
Yeah. The cool thing that I didn't figure out until later on in the game was that you can actually pick up melee weapons.
Batman can do that?
Yeah, so like
I didn't know that.
Like a couple of the people have like bats.
Yeah, I knew that.
And so I was like, oh well, now they can hit me with a bat. Well, what I didn't know is that if I pressed the X and square at the same time, I could punch them in the face and take their melee weapon.
And use it?
And then I could subsequently use it. And so if
Is that fair though?
Yes, it is, because if I didn't take those sometimes, there was no way that I was going to get through some of these battles. So but the melee weapon works in the sense that you can take the melee weapon and then you can go after one of the brutes. So you don't have to beat them down. You can just hit them with a melee weapon and take them out. So you can you can perform takedowns on them by using the melee weapons, which was freaking fantastic.
See, I liked it more when I don't know how to describe it. Like you were working with somebody else.
Yeah, there were
with
new
Catwoman or
and you could dual team takedown.
Yeah.
Those were pretty cool too.
Because some of those were really awesome. Like with Nightwing, it was awesome. Or Robin.
Yeah.
Am I giving shit away?
No.
Okay.
No. There's a Nightwing comes into play with Penguin, because you go after these are side missions, so it's not.
They're not main story.
Not main
which is
storyline.
sad
I'm not giving anything away. But
I would have loved to see more of Nightwing and Batman together, or Robin and Batman together.
Well, you saw a lot of Robin and Batman together.
Yes.
You did that whole, storyline mission with Robin and Batman together.
But that was one of my favorite parts of the entire game.
It was really good, yeah.
Because you got to see more of a relationship rather than your Batman.
Yeah, and Batman's still a dick
Yes.
when it comes to the people that work with him.
He works with. He's a dick.
He's a dick. So, he doesn't let anyone help him.
He not only does not let anyone help him, he doesn't trust them.
Right.
He treats them like children. That, yeah, you can come along, but
there was a crazy story part that happened, and I was like, holy crap,
Yeah.
He's not. It was something vital to one of the characters that he works with.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I cannot believe he's not going to tell that person.
Yeah.
What happened. I can't not believe this.
It's like a parent.
He was sitting there and I was like, so, protecting Gotham is more important than telling this person that you've been working with for however long,
Something's wrong.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But, I'm glad that, everything eventually turned out good for that.
Yeah.
So I was like, I kind of forgave him at that point. I was like, okay, well, I'm so glad that he did not tell because if he had told, it would have been disastrous, I think. So.
See, I don't see it that way.
But
of course, I believe in people's ability to make logical choices, even in an emotional state.
I think that would have been an emotional state that would have
probably more led to revenge.
Yeah, probably wouldn't have been a good thing. But anyway. But so that you could take the melee weapon. They also had it to where you could then you could do the environmental takedowns were cool this time. So you could so every once in a while there would be like one of those rotating, like where smokestacks on the top of a roof, and you could press the square and X together, and he would shove somebody's face down onto the thing there.
Burn them?
Huh? No, they just use it to. It's not burning. It's not like steam's coming out or anything. It was just like I don't know, like an air vent. It doesn't matter. He's not killing anybody. And then
that's my problem.
But there was there was a few of those, and then there's a thing like there's a part where you're up against a lot of tanks, and Oracle's sitting there like, oh, I've hacked into their system or whatever. I'm gonna see if I can
help you out
there.
That was another one of my favorite times.
That was cool. She's like, shoot the one that I've marked, and then so it was marked as blue or whatever, and so you'd shoot that one and it would do an EMP on all the ones around him, which was cool. There was others that would explode and then they would take out ones around them. That was
the one cool. I really liked.
What
was working with Poison Ivy?
Yeah, that was pretty nuts.
Because she is a bad guy generally.
Mm-hmm.
So getting to work with somebody who has.
It's pretty easy to work with Poison Ivy though. Because all Batman said was like, she's like, and why should I help you? 'Cause I'll kill every plant in Gotham. It's like, no! She's like, no, don't kill every plant in Gotham. How will I live?
Yeah, that's her whole thing. She's like,
he said that in that game probably 3 times. Why should I help you? 'Cause I'll kill every plant in Gotham. Like, can you figure something else out there, Bat?
The problem with that is that's honestly her weakness.
Mm-hmm. No, don't kill every plant in Gotham.
You go to kill plants. No,
don't kill them.
All I can imagine is seeing Poison Ivy like walking down a suburb and just bawling as people are like mowing the grass.
Yeah, except she would make the grass then come up and
kill them.
Pull them apart. So
peel their skin off.
Yeah, do something really nasty.
But you get what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's that type of character.
Mm-hmm.
She'd probably kill me because my plants are all dead.
So, yes, they're all dead. Yeah, other than that, let's see. I really like they did a good job making it open world.
Mm-hmm.
And
I thought it was very largely open world.
It was
that
huge.
Surprised me.
Well, they had 3 islands.
Mm-hmm. But it wasn't like you had load times between the islands.
No, there was no load times period.
Yeah.
Which I thought was awesome. I mean, there were load times, but they were masked very well throughout the game itself, which I don't remember having any real loading screens throughout the other 2 games either. Could be wrong, but
no, you did.
Well, you always have the main loading screens like after you die, and then
no, not that.
And then when you're coming back, there's a long, it loads a lot. But like if you're going into a building, you just go into it.
Yes.
There is a. Okay. Well, I'm trying to think. Like, okay, so throughout the entire area, you could go into a building, and there were no load screens. There were some points where you like went into an elevator or something, and then it went to a cutscene, and so they masked a lot of the loading stuff with these cutscenes, but when it came out of the cutscene, it went directly into gameplay. There was no loading between cutscene and game, which I thought was really awesome.
Yeah.
So like,
it was a nice, because I remember in the original one, there were cutscenes, or not cutscenes, but loading screens, where you'd see pictures of the game and.
No, that was when you died, though.
No.
When you like opened a door?
Not when with the doors.
Like what?
I don't remember when, but it was one of the times when you hadn't had died, but I think you were like trying to get to Penguin's area or Mr. Freeze's area, and then there was a loading screen. I swore there was.
No, they masked the loading really well, but I remember in Asylum and City, it would take a while. Like, they would have a longer cutscene of Batman opening the door. It's like, you're freaking huge and muscular. You have to open a door that slowly.
He has to be quiet.
So, but it would just take a long time for him to open the door. And in Arkham Knight, it was when you hit open the door, he opened it and went right through it, and it was seamless. So, I mean, they did. So Rocksteady did an excellent job, working with the hardware that they did when they were working on 360 and PS3. But this PS4 just, blows it out of the water. And so there was nothing that, and I'm saying like the amount of the sheer size of the game was incredible. So you have all of like. Arkham City was 3 times as big as Asylum, and Night was 3 times as big as City.
Yeah.
So, it was. I really like that they were able to really expand on it and really do a good job. And I think Rocksteady is just a fantastic developer.
How are we on time?
And I'm really looking forward to their their next endeavor. Pretty sure it's not going to be Batman.
No.
But I think they're done with this trilogy. I think they're done with the Arkham series. But if they bring back another Batman, if they don't want to do the Arkham series, they may do a different Batman series, which would be cool. I'd be all down for that too. But as it goes.
Told you my theory.
What?
I can't say it on the air. Spoilers.
Oh, that they follow, like, have a Nightwing game or a Robin game or something like that?
I can't say
never
it.
Mind,
I can't say it.
Yeah.
It will honestly ruin.
It ruins the whole ending.
Not just ruins the whole ending, it ruins the whole game.
But there was Oh, I can't. I'm not even gonna say that. I'm just not even gonna go there. I was gonna say something about something, and I'm not saying it. But
because we got to be careful, because there is a lot of spoilers.
Yeah.
Surprisingly enough, there was like a ton of spoilers.
There's an ending to the game. When you complete every objective, there's an ending to the game that happens, and then like it doesn't show you the full end until you 100% everything and platinum the game.
Well, you didn't platinum it.
I know. The only thing that I didn't do was the Riddler, the riddles and the trophies. So, but if I would have done the riddles and the trophies, I would have, done the real ending to the game, which I ended up looking it up on YouTube, and I'm so glad that I did not spend another 8 hours going through all those riddles, because it didn't give me any more answers than I had when I
feel like
ended
it gave
the
you
game
more
to the
questions.
beginning. Yeah, it just gave me more questions, like what just happened.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, So, at any rate, I'm glad that. But I really enjoyed the game, and I really think that it really is my favorite franchise of all time.
No more Last of Us?
Huh? It's my favorite franchise of all time.
Yes, but Last of Us is becoming a franchise.
Last of Us is my favorite game of all time. This is my favorite franchise of all time. So the way that, and each game builds on itself. So
it is a continuous storyline.
It is a continuous storyline. So you will be lost if you play Night before you play Asylum and City. You will really be messed up if you play Night first, because there is something huge that happens in City that just you
cannot miss it.
And they keep on going back to the things that had happened in Asylum and City, and keep on bringing it back up
and reference it
and everything, and it's like vital to the storyline. So
how are we on time?
It's time to wrap it up.
Awesome.
All right, well, this is episode 32 of the Prolonged Engagement Show. My name is Kyle.
And I'm Sarah.
And you can head over to theprolongedengagement.com for all of our content.
Yay.
Including links to our YouTube page at youtube.com/theprolongedengagement show. You have a link to iTunes. You have a link to our Facebook and our Twitter. Go for it.
Yay.
And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.